Thank you. Every day, more Connecticut residents are getting vaccinated against COVID-19, but there are still plenty of people who are hesitant to get the vaccine. Joining us now to talk all things vaccination, System Director of Infectious Diseases at Hartford HealthCare, Dr. Ulysses Wu. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me back.
Well, is there any distinction between the three vaccines in terms of effectiveness? This might be a concern some people have.
Yeah, we really shouldn't look at the differences in effectiveness. They've talked about percentages, but really the most important thing about the vaccine is not to get the cases to zero, but turn a potentially deadly disease into a benign disease, turn it into a cold. And all of them, I shouldn't say all of them, but the three vaccines that we're talking about have definitely shown that. They show that they decrease hospitalizations to zero. Well, for the most part, but they decrease deaths. And so if you reduce hospitalizations and you get deaths down to zero, that's the purpose of the vaccine. So I wouldn't even focus on the number at this point.
And keeping on track with the effectiveness, should people worry when seeing all of these different variants pop up after maybe they already got the vaccine?
Well, I don't think we should worry too much at this point. Yes, variants are going to happen. So I have a saying that viruses are going to virus. What they do is that they mutate. Viruses mutate, and they've been mutating since the beginning. And now we're just tracking them more, and we have a little bit more data associated with it. And so we should not be worried, but we should have respect. And what do I mean by that? There are three things that we always said during the pandemic that always said that we needed to follow: masking, social distancing, and washing your hands. We added a fourth, which is vaccinations. But it doesn't mean that we disregard 1, 2, and 3 at this point. So that is the respect that we have to maintain with COVID as well as these variants.
And you've really made a lot of great points. But if anybody who is watching this is still hesitant to get the vaccine, what's your message for them?
I can understand the hesitancy, but at this point, it's not just about you, but it's also protecting those around you who depend on you, or those who you may be able to pass the disease on to. And so that's what we talk about with herd immunity. And so the vaccine is not just for you, but it is for society in general. And so those two factors together make a really compelling argument to really get the vaccine.
And real quick, before we let you go back to your busy day, we would love for you to talk about your upcoming event on the topic.
Sure thing. I'm going to be talking about the vaccine and coronavirus. This will be tomorrow from 8:30 to 9 at the West Farms Mall. We have a relaxation lounge, so it's in the Hartford HealthCare Relaxation Lounge. I'm there to answer all questions about the vaccine as well as coronavirus. 8:30 to 9 tomorrow, Hartford HealthCare Relaxation Lounge.
Great, and we had all that information there on your screen for anyone who may be interested. Dr. Wu, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thanks for having me back.